So you're telling me a meme coin could make me a millionaire? That a $20 bag of Shiba Inu might someday be worth more than your rent? While some scream, it's over, others whisper, it'll beat Tether. Maybe even hit $1. It sounds ridiculous, right? But then again, so did Bitcoin at $1, or Dogecoin at $1.01. Something's not adding up. Or maybe something's just starting to add up. Let's break this down before the hype blinds us all. Despite its meme origins and a price that looks like pocket change lost in your car seat, Shiba Inu isn't going away. In fact, it's still here for one simple reason: community plus momentum. Back in 2020-2021, SHIB shocked the entire crypto world. We're talking about a price explosion of over 150,000%. That's not an exaggeration. That's not clickbait. That's cold hard history. It turned regular people into overnight millionaires, some even billionaires. But for every winner, there were thousands who got in too late, chasing the top, praying for a rebound. Now, almost 4 years later, the diehards are still here, still holding, still dreaming. $1 fantasy. Let's talk about that dream and what it really takes to make it real. Right now, SHIB trades at about SHRI0138. That's 4 zeros and then 11138. To get to just S1, Shiba Inu needs to jump over 87,773% from where it is now. That kind of growth sounds absurd until you remember it already did 150 million% once. But there's a catch, and it's a big one. Market cap. At $1 with the current supply of 589.25 trillion tokens, SHIB's total market value would balloon to $5.89 trillion. That's more than Apple, more than Amazon, more than the entire crypto market combined. Still, some people believe. Luis Delgado, one of SHIB's loudest bulls, says $0 CERN is not just possible, it's inevitable. Lucy, SHIB's marketing lead, calls it a realistic target, but she's careful to add, it'll take time. Translation, don't expect this next week, next month, or maybe even this decade. Now let's throw logic out the window for a moment, because this is crypto. Let's talk madness. If $1 sounds like a fantasy, what about $1? Yep, one whole dollar. There are whispers in the SHIB community and even some bold polls from exchanges like Coinbee entertaining this outrageous target. That's not a 10x or a 100x. That's a jaw-dropping 8,787,046% increase. If that ever happens, Shiba Inu's market cap would soar to $589 trillion. For comparison, the entire global money supply, about $129 trillion. The total value of gold in the world, roughly $14 trillion. SHIB at $1 would make it the most valuable asset in human history, and then some. Even ChatGPT chimed in, calling it not a joke, but a serious challenge. To get there, everything would need to go right. We're talking massive token burns to slash the supply, adoption across crypto, retail, and institutions, a global bull run the likes of which we've never seen, and probably a sprinkle of miracle dentrice. So let's talk timeframes. When, if ever, could SHIB hit these numbers? Let's look at predictions from platforms like Changelly and Telegaon. Changelly says Shiba Inu could reach $1 by 2040. That's 15 years away. Telegaon goes even further. $0.08 by 2040, $1 by 2050. Yep, 25 years. A quarter of a century. You could raise a whole family before SHIB hits $1. Unless, of course, something dramatic happens to the supply. Because here's the thing, the real enemy of SHIB isn't hype, it's math. Right now, there are 589.25 trillion tokens in circulation. To make a single SHIB worth $1, either the market cap needs to become sci-fi levels of high or the supply needs to shrink hard. That's why burning SHIB tokens is so important. Without massive continuous token burns, the dream simply stays a dream. Let's run some numbers. You want to make $1 with SHIB? Here's how much you need to hold depending on the rally. Scenario 1, 10x rally to 0.01137. You'd need 8.79 billion SHIB. That'll cost you about $100,000 at today's price. Scenario 2, 50x rally to 0.5685. You'd only need 1.76 billion SHIB, a $20,000 investment today. Sounds a little more achievable, right? Especially when you consider this. Even during market downturns, some wallets are still accumulating. These cruisers, wallets that hold for 1 to 12 months, have scooped up over 29.5 trillion SHIB in June alone. That's over $2.2 billion worth. The question is, what do they know that we don't? Recently, SHIB dropped to a 16-month low of $0.0011. The reason? Global panic over Middle East tensions, including reports of US strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities. Markets reacted instantly. Bitcoin dipped, Ethereum dipped, and SHIB right down with them. But through it all, SHIB's core team stayed calm. Lucy again told the community, don't panic, it's not over until SHIB wins. She's been preaching the same message since the last crash. Patience, panic. And let's not forget something wild. What if SHIB overtakes Tether? Right now, Tether USDT sits at a market cap of about $156 billion. If SHIB reaches that same value, with its current supply, each token would be worth approximately $0.002649. That's a 2,350% increase from today's price. Not bad for a meme coin. Changelly predicts this could happen by 2032. Telegaon says maybe 2028, just a few years away. And believe it or not, analysts are eyeing this zone already. In September 2024, one analyst used Elliott wave patterns to forecast a breakout to 0.02. In November, another whale revealed he was doubling down on SHIB, expecting a price in the $0.2 range. Since then, SHIB has dropped by 60%, but that whale hasn't sold a single coin. That's conviction. The truth is this: nobody knows. Not me, not you, not even the whales. Will SHIB hit once or $1? Maybe. Will it happen tomorrow? Probably not. But could it happen someday with enough burns, hype, utility, and momentum? Absolutely. Because SHIB has already done the impossible once. And history has a strange way of repeating itself, especially in crypto. So if you're already holding or thinking about jumping in, ask yourself one simple question. Are you patient enough to wait 5, 10, maybe even 25 years? Because in a world where memes can move markets, where communities can fuel billion-dollar ecosystems, and where a joke can become a juggernaut, Shiba Inu might just pull off the impossible again,